Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV. And here, the second day at PDAC 2023 in Toronto, I have the honor to have an interview now with Tim Gabruch, the CEO of ISO Energy. Sorry. Tim, how's it going? How are you feeling?
Yeah, good, Mark. It's exciting to be here right now. It's a good time to be ISO Energy. It's a great time in the uranium market, and we're happy to be here at PDAC.
Perfect. How has it been the last 1.5 days?
Yeah, I mean it's good because there's a lot of interest in the space right now. So, as you know, ISO Energy is in a unique position.
Oh yes.
We've got a great deposit in northern Saskatchewan, almost 50 million pounds at average grades of 34.5%, which is the highest uranium resource on the planet. So we're in a great position at a time when nuclear is really starting to pick up globally, as you would have seen in Switzerland, even countries that in the past have started to move away from nuclear now recognize how important that it is for climate change and energy going forward. So yeah, we're in a great position. So yeah, we're getting a lot of interest, and there's just a lot of interest in the uranium space.
That's exactly what we also see. Yeah. And when we are talking to our investors, everybody is interested, especially also in uranium.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you see the uranium sector? How do you see the uranium price for the future?
I mean, it's quite strong right now. It's been fairly stable the last number of months over the last year or so, but frankly, there's a lot of interest. Supply and demand fundamentals, which is always important, still show that a lot of supply is needed out in the future.
Oh, yeah.
So, and as you've seen globally, there's a lot more push for uranium nuclear companies to build more nuclear plants. So we got this great trend where there's a lot of interest in building new plants. The uranium sector and supply sector hasn't grown much over the last 10 years as we've been in a real dip, but that's changing. And so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential upside for the entire market on the nuclear side, but also in the uranium space itself.
Exactly, and we also see it in the M&A activities.
Yeah, well, that's right, and there's not a lot of ISO Energy is unique in a space where we're a $300 to $400 million market cap company in the uranium space in northern Saskatchewan. You're either, these days in northern Saskatchewan, you're either a big Cameco, Orano, or you're a big developer like a NextGen. There's not a lot of companies like ISO Energy that have a great deposit at a very early stage, and we're able to leverage that. There's a lot of great properties out there. There's a lot of great companies doing some interesting things. So yeah, there's a lot of interest on consolidating the industry at this point, and yeah, there's opportunities out there, and it's very interesting. It's exciting.
What about your drill program? Are you still drilling?
We're up there right now. We're in northern Saskatchewan. Mm-hmm. We have 2 drills going. One is on our Larocque East project, sort of to the northeast of where our Hurricane deposit is, and the other is on our Hawk property, the first time we've drilled there, which is down to the north, to the southwest. And so we're very excited about both those properties. We've got a great drill program going. We just hired a new VP of exploration, which is actually kind of game-changing for ISO Energy. It's a gentleman that's been in the industry for a long time, used to be the VP of exploration at Cameco, brings an enormous amount of experience, and so we're not only excited about what's going on at ISO Energy, but now with sort of some new eyes, we're very excited with we've got over 20 projects in northern Saskatchewan.
Okay.
We're really diving into the exploration of those properties.
Wow, so where do you see your next milestones for the short future?
Yeah, so we're going through this exploration program this winter. Yep. We'll finish that up in the next month or 6 weeks. Hopefully put out some results. We'll put out some results at the end of that. And then it's really into a continuous planning stage. We're already planning for the summer program. We're looking ahead with what geophysical work needs to be done to plan and to set up those targets and really get those projects in the right timeline for developing and moving forward with those down the road.
Do you have a main focus on the project?
Well, we're definitely doing more work on Hurricane internally. Mm-hmm. That project, we put a resource out last July, but we're looking at concept study kind of internally. What kind of mining method would you use? Yep. How do you take that forward practically, given where you are, the type of deposit it is, how deep it is, all these things. And then the other part is just moving forward with, like I said, the exploration of all these projects that as we took forward the Hurricane deposit, that was our focus for a couple of years. Now we've got all these other projects that are very exciting. So how do you put those into the portfolio of work down the road?
Exactly, and drilling and exploring needs money. So how's the situation there?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we're very fortunate to have Hurricane as a backstop. There's a lot of interest in uranium right now. So, talking to other commodities around this conference, I don't think it's the same in every commodity, but uranium is quite good. We raised about $18.5 million just in December.
Wow.
It's the first time we've raised money in a couple of years. We've been very conservative with our spend, but that puts us in really great shape for the next year plus. And so we have all the money that we need right now to go forward with our program and continue doing work.
Tim, I would say that's a perfect conclusion. So you are at the right spot with a good amount of money in the bank in order to drill or to keep drilling. And so we will looking forward for the next news, I would say.
We'll look forward to providing it, Mark. Thanks.
Thanks for your time. And dear ladies and gentlemen, check out the company because ISO Energy is at the right spot with the right persons. They do have a good drill program going, and also the next drill program for summer is coming. So, other news are coming. So check out the company, and we will keep you posted.